Good evening, my name is Justin, and tonight I'm going to teach you how to brew beer. Benjamin Franklin is attributed with saying, "Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy." And we don't know when he said it, or if he actually did say it, but we like to think so. Who doesn't like to come home after a hard day's work and have a nice, cold beer? It's just one of those little things in life to enjoy, and it's an excellent hobby as well. Sit, kick back with something you made, and it's your own, and not the dirty 30 you picked up from the store. What I'm going to tell you tonight is what you need to brew beer, the equipment, how to do it, and how to condition it. So, Charlie Papazian, in his book The Complete Joy of Home Brewing, wrote in 2003, he's got a pretty good list about what you need to brew beer. So we're going to take a lot from his list tonight. The first thing we need is a large 6.5 gallon glass carboy. This is going to be your fermentation vessel. Next, you're going to need a brew kettle. As big as you can get, somewhere around 5 gallons if you can get it. This is a 5 gallon brew kettle, and I can boil 4 gallons of water in it. Next, sanitizer. This is 5-star Star San. It's very easy to use. You just pour it in there with the right amount of water, swish it around, and let it dry. You don't have to rinse it. You're going to want your favorite large spoon. Wood is okay, but stainless steel is easier to clean. You need some clear plastic hose, a bottling wand, a fermentation lock and bung that fits your carboy, a racking cane, a bottling bucket with spigot, just makes life easier, and a work chiller. Now, I'm going to tell you how to actually brew beer. Northern Brewer is one of the companies that you can get a homebrew kit from. Their breakfast stout comes with a good set of instructions. They're fairly general, so we're just going to go off that. The first thing you need to do is sanitize. Randy Mosher wrote in 2004 in his book Radical Brewing that sanitation is the most important step to homebrewing, to making good beer. So what we're going to do is you follow the instructions on your sanitizer. This is 1 ounce to 5 gallons of water. You swish it around in there, let it dry, and you've sanitized everything. So you start off now by boiling as much water as you can in your kettle. Try to be above 2.5 gallons. You want to put that on and start it to boiling. You take your specialty grains that you received with your kit and place them in the bag that you also received, and let it sit there and steep until the temperature reaches 170 degrees in your brew kettle. Once you're at 170, you need to pull those specialty grains out so the astringency in the husk doesn't leach into your beer and cause off flavors. Now, so you continue heating it, and once it starts boiling, you need to set your timer on your stove to be at 60 minutes. And here's where you're going to add your either dried malt extract or a dehydrated liquid malt extract. That's going to be your fermentable sugars. That's what the yeast is going to eat, produce alcohol and carbonation. So you put all that in there at 60 minutes and you start your timer. And now you're going to watch it and make sure it doesn't boil over, make sure it doesn't scorch or anything like that. You add hops as required, provided with your kit, also with the instructions of your kit. It's going to tell you when to put them in there. Usually you put some in the beginning for flavor and some in the end for the hop aroma. Once you've done that and you've boiled it down, at about 20 minutes, you want to put your work chiller in there to sanitize it. The boiling water is going to be a whole lot easier than actually trying to sanitize it. So once it's done boiling, you've done it for 60 minutes, you need to cool it off as quick as possible. You need to make sure that it stays covered, and just do it as quick as you can to reduce the chance of infection by wild yeast strains or any bacteria or anything like that. So you hook your work chiller up to the faucet, start running cold water through it, and run it through until your wort hits 70 degrees. Once it's at 70 degrees, it's time to pour it into your bottling bucket. You pour it in there, plus any water that you've boiled to the side to make up 5 gallons total volume. And you use your hose and this handy spigot to put it into your carboy. And be sure to splash it around as much as you can to get that oxygen in there for the yeast to use. Once it's in the cardboard, you add your yeast, you put a little bit of water or vodka in your fermentation lock, and you stopper it, and then you get a kickback. Relax and wait for 2 weeks. After 24 hours, you should see a lot of activity from the yeast in your beer, in your carboy, and you'll see lots of bubbling coming up and lots of air or gas moving through your fermentation lock. That gas is going to be CO2, and it's going to continue doing that for 2 weeks. About the time it stops is about the time your beer is ready. You've created uncarbonated alcoholic beer. Now the next step is to condition it. And there's 2 types. There's bottle conditioning and then there's draft conditioning. Draft conditioning is a keg. You need it's quicker, but you need more investment to get it started. The novice, the easy way to do it, just buy a bunch of bottles or collect pry off top bottles as you go along and fill those. Make sure you clean them and sanitize them really well. Now you'll need about 55 12-ounce bottles or about 26, 27, 22-ounce bombers. And you're going to use your racking cane to transfer the beer into your bottling bucket. And then you use your hose and your bottling wand to start putting it into bottles. Now before you actually put it into the bottles, you want to add the priming sugar that was sent with you with your kit to ensure that the yeast have something just a little bit more to eat to carbonate it to the right level, so you don't have exploding bottles or anything like that. Once you do that, you set it in a cool place for 2 weeks and let the yeast do its job, and it will carbonate it. After 2 weeks, you chill it, pop one open, and enjoy. Now what I've told you tonight is what you need to brew beer, how to make the wort, and how to condition your beer in the bottles. There's really nothing better than a nice cold beer after any day, a hot day. Some of them are good in the winter. So with this simple hobby, it's nice to be able to enjoy your own craft whenever you want to. The most important thing to remember is something that Charlie Papazian wrote in his book, The Complete Joy of Home Brewing. And that's the best thing about it all is relax, don't worry, and have a home brew.